Beloved, I'm here again. I'm just going to read to you my hospital notes. Okay, just grab my folder. It's my reports, hospital, my discharge report or note. Discharge instructions. Discharge to home. Diagnosis: crash injury to chest, abdomen. Surgical procedures: none. Diets: regular. I can still eat my fufu. Okay, kinky, fish, good stuff. Caring for yourself after discharge. Activities at your own comfort level. Wow. No driving restrictions. Okay, I haven't driven, but I can drive. No driving restrictions, no bathing. Of course, I even started swimming yesterday. No stairs restriction. I climb stairs up and down. At the hospital, at a point, I begged of them to let me walk. So I was walking with the IV, walking and holding the pole with the IV on and trying to walk because I could not walk. I could not talk. And they were just putting IVs back and forth to flush my system just in case there's any blood clots or anything. They were just flushing my system with fluids. I started walking in the hospital right before their eyes. I started climbing stairs right before their eyes. I told them I wanted to use the bathroom myself. They said no, they want to measure my urine. So I had to pee in a container. I hated it, but I had to, respect that. They wanted to measure and see how much urine or how much fluids they are pouring into me and it's coming out. I passed that. I want you to know the power of God, the power of God's hand in this. This is not a man-made thing. This is a setup. This is a setup. And God wants me to know that He's in this with me. I am not in this by myself. No, I am not. I am not in this by myself. So there are activities, no exercise restrictions, no sexual activity restrictions. Listen, God has blessed me. When I came back from the hospital, I think I came back on Thursday or Friday. That night, I wasn't restricted. That same night, I wanted to test and see. Taste and see that the Lord is good. Yeah, taste and see that the Lord is good. Inshallah. God is great. God, He is great. Allahu Akbar. He's great. I'm still reading. Look at it. No lifting restrictions. That one I'll rest a bit. I don't lift weights anymore. I do stretches, joggings, and swimming lately. I don't. The form is there. The framework is already built because I built it when I was a teenager. Okay, those who know me, they've known me as somebody who is built, like muscular and things like that. I had to stop because my wife didn't like it. I was becoming too strong, so I had to minimize my activities. Yeah, I have to stop it. But I do exercise, stretches, jogging, things like that. Yeah, but no more weights, no heavy. I can, but I'll go back to it because I need my sick pack back. He said, weight bearing, no weight bearing restrictions. Thank God. Additional activity information. Please return to your daily activities as tolerated. I have already started. Follow-up visits. Name of the doctor. Trauma service if needed. Appointment as scheduled. Notify provider. Notify physician if you notice chest pain, shortness of breath, sudden onset or worsening of wheezing, lightheadedness, dizziness, and fainting. Temperature greater than 101 degrees Fahrenheit for more than 24 hours. None of these things has ever occurred. It was the shortness of breath, or it's the shortness of breath that I'm still experiencing gradually, but it's under control. Okay, so that's why sometimes speaking or talking and I'll just gasp. I'll just take in, I'll breathe in sharply and then exhale. That is the only thing, but I'm okay. This is the last page. Notify physician if you notice unrelenting pain and pain medication does not control. Do you know that since I came out of the hospital, I was taking Tylenol, and I think even yesterday somebody blessed me with, I don't even know where the medicine is. I've been looking the whole day yesterday. I can't find. I am not on medication. They asked me several times, are you allergic to this? Are you this? They said blood pressure. My blood pressure was so high. So high. I think my blood pressure was 199 over 98 or something. I think it's part of my videos I sent earlier. 199. It was so high. Blood pressure. They wanted to give me medication to bring it down. I said, listen, I don't take medication. This thing shall pass. This one too shall pass. The level came down. I don't take medication. God has built me. I don't depend on medication. I don't go to hospital. I don't have medical insurance. So the folder I'm holding, that has my bill and how much I have to pay. And they gave me another form. Let me show you. I'm real as you. I am real as you can believe. Look at my folder. Look, this is the forms they want me to. They're about maybe 5 pages. They want me to fill to see if they will qualify, or I will qualify for charity or whatever they call it. That insurance, because I don't have insurance. I have to pay out of pocket, and I'll pay because God will pay it. Listen, this videos has to go viral. People need to know that there is God. People need to understand the power of God, that God can do anything. God, He can do anything. God, He can do anything. I need somebody to be able to help me edit my videos and my story. And let me put this one here. I am not looking to build a church. I'm not interested in building a church. I am not doing this because I want people to come to me. No. It's far from that. All throughout my life, people have been threatened by me because I know that the crowd I can gather. I know the crowd I can gather. If I have the right support, if I get the right help, I can gather thousands of people a day. Just few days I started making videos. Do you know the number of people? I'm using the same phone. I would have showed you the number of people that are calling, texting, requesting friendship. Some of them I'm not even allowing because I know these people, they are coming here to gossip. They are not coming for the right reason. Some people are just coming because they want to come and see and go and spread rumors and say and twist things and things. I know you already. Do you understand? God has given me the ability by just looking at your face. It's like when my eyes sees you, it scans you. Everything about you, it tells me. I know it. This is something I don't understand. I get ideas about people. It just comes. I told my wife when I was being rushed to the hospital and she came there the first time, I told her, this and this and this is going to happen. You watch. When I came back, I told her, the things I told you started happening already. Listen, If you think you are anointed, I am also anointed. If you think you're a prophet, me, I won't even call myself a prophet, but I am more than a prophet because God has made me so. If you think you are this, you are that, you are that, you are that, please don't boast. Do not. I can tell if I begin to tell you the things God has done for me or is doing for me in my life, you will not believe it. I don't talk, I hide. Yeah, I hide. I need somebody who will help me edit the videos. A brother spoke to me about it, and people are calling me this and that, open a church. I said, listen, I'm not the type of people, I'm not the type of pastors who by now they would have said, hey, and God, and I have 3 things, these magical words. If you say it, things will happen. Buy this book, do this. No. That's a lie. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, there's this oil. No. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let God be God. Let God be God. I don't remember praying to God when I was under that heavy weight. I don't remember speaking in tongues. No. I'm not saying they are bad. I'm not saying they are bad to speak in tongues. I do speak in tongues. I don't say they are bad to pray. I do pray. But I'm telling you that at that moment in time, that's not a time to pray. You say you are spiritual, but that's not a time to pray. That's not a time to speak in tongues. If you see fire in your house, that is not a time to go on your knees to pray. You look for an exit sign, a window, a door, you run. That's not a time you go on your knees. Okay? You run. You don't go on your knees. Say, what are you going to tell God? He already knows what's happening. Huh? You think he doesn't see or he doesn't know? The Bible says he knows the things of our heart. He sees our heart. So why, oh Lord, chill and know, be still and know that I am God. I need to edit my videos. I need to, if I have to publish it, I'll publish it. If I have to, listen, I promised God I would do anything he wants me to do. It's a contract I signed with him under. It was after I said this. Those who have come to my house to visit me, I've said this to you. It was after I said this to God. The next thing I knew, I was out of the car. It was after I said this, I agreed to God that I would do it. That is when I saw myself out of the car. Yeah. And that is why when you watch the video, the first one, the cops came, they were asking, how did you get out? How did you get out? They asked my kids, did you see him coming out? Did you see anybody helping him? Did you see it happening? They were not there. They were inside the house. How did you get out? All glory goes to him. All honor goes to him. All wisdom, all riches, all power is his. All power belongs to him. All power, even the witches, he gave them those powers. And he controls it. See, you have to understand, this thing didn't come from anywhere. God made everything. Okay? He created the archangels. He created the demigods or the angels. He created the demons. Okay? He created man. He created animals. He created plants. Okay? All these things are living creatures, living entities. God will judge all the things he has created. If you are a creation, he will judge you. So all the things I've mentioned, God made them, and he will judge it. That is why they reproduce themselves. You understand? That is why they reproduce themselves. Okay? Yeah. Like a tree, for example. When you cut off a tree and it dies, the Bible says that it does not die. There's a new tree or a new thing that comes out of it. It's born out of the old one. That's how it is. The seed is in itself reproduction. The same way animals. Okay? They have sex, they produce, they die, they come back. They have sex, they produce, they die. Listen, the same as humans. You have sex, you produce, you die. You will grow. First of all, you are born, you grow, you get old, you fall sick, you die. These stages and process I've mentioned, no man can change it. Your prayers cannot change it. Death, growth, development, old age, sickness, death, nobody can change it. But God knew that that wasn't my time. Because the assignment he has given me, I have not even recognized it. And he was pointing it out to me again under the car. We were communing. Yeah. That is why I'm doing all these videos, my friends. I'm not doing this for money. Don't get it twisted. I'm not those fake pastors. I don't need that. I'm not going to boast about a certain water that no. I'm not going to boast about a certain cream. No. I'm not going to write a book. No, listen. Let's be serious. Okay? Let's be serious. If you believe in the Bible you said is God's word, then that is enough. If you believe the Bible that you said is God's word, then that is enough. Why is it that people are writing their own Bibles and they sell it online? That this a little written in a certain way. If you need this, then the is to make money. Listen, I'm not interested in all that. If God will bless me, he will bless me regardless. He even causes the ravens from the sky to feed people. What are you talking about? Hey, that's the God I have. Oh, he's brutal. My God is big. Huh? Do you think I'm going to make that is my intention? God forbid that I want to open a church so you are scared of me. Listen. I understand why you feel threatened by me sometimes. I understand why you hate me sometimes. I understand why you criticize me sometimes, because the weight that I carry is big. Now I know. People can't stay with me. People can't be around me because I'm too much. The energy inside of this body. To say crowd, I small. It was wilder 20 years ago. Those who know me, they will tell you. Do you understand? I didn't understand it. So my family, my siblings, they growing up, they said, my brother, the one I come after, I'm the baby. So the last but one. I taught him how to ride a bicycle. If he will remember. I remember teaching him because I knew how to ride a bicycle before him. I knew how to ride a motor bike. Those days we used to have what we call Thomas. Thomas bike. It was blue, smaller bike. Yeah. It had a certain sound. I knew how to ride it. I started riding bikes, motorbikes, as a teenager. I mean, this year, shit. I was cool and collected, but I know the thing that is planted in me. I'm not aggressive, but I know if I put my mind to it. I knew how to drive at the age of 9. Get to understand something from me, okay? I knew how to drive at the age of 9. At that time, my brother-in-law, okay, his name is Bra Asmeni in New York City. My brother-in-law, his sisters, those days, had sent him a car, a Mercedes Benz. Those days, it was the trotro kind of buses that we have in Accra, Ghana. His sisters from Holland or Germany or Holland or somewhere, they were overseas. They had sent him that kind of car. And those days when it comes without windows, like the windows, the sliding windows. So it comes without windows. So when they ship it, then you have to now take it to the shop for them to cut windows, because the purpose for the car to come was to do trotro, or to be taking passengers to Accra and traveling back and forth. So he was a driver. But at that time, he had spotted my sister, my big sister, Cecilia. They are still married today. Okay? They are in New York. It was through them I came to this country. They brought me here. Okay? That's another story I'll talk to you about, to let you know that my God is bigger than your God. Do you understand? You see, I don't hide. I don't fake. I tell things as truthful as they are, because that is how God is. Yeah. You either like me or hate me. I don't care. I always tell people, I won't beg for you to be my friend. I've never done that. I know my temperament and my nature breeds jealousy. It breeds jealousy. Yeah. Yeah. The power inside of me, you can't contend with. I know what I'm capable of. Those who knows me, they know what I'm capable of. It's recent that I have become very uninterested. Now I understand. Because there's so much evil in the churches. So much. And my spirit does not function. I'll be fumbling and making mistakes. I'll come home and I'll be beating myself up. Why this? Why that? Now it's making sense. I can't thrive in such an environment. Hostile environment. Evil. No wonder I was not comfortable. People of God, God is real, eh? So my brother, let me talk. A lot of times I don't finish my statement because it's just so much inside coming out. So he brings the car to my sister to come and chase my sister. Yeah. To come and chase my sister. My sister was heavy. She's still heavy. I think my sister is in her 60s now, I think. I'm not even sure of her age. But she's the oldest. We are 6. She's the big sister. I love her to death. It pains me and it hurts me that she's far from where I live. I talk to her every day. Sometimes we argue. She didn't understand where I was coming from. I also didn't understand where she's coming from. But now she do understand. She does understand. And she was apologizing to me. And I also apologized to her. I also didn't know. Listen, so the brother will bring this car to my house. And whilst he's inside my house, you know, any guy, if you want a girl, you want a sister, and they have a brother, and the akonta, the brother-in-law, see, you better get close to that brother-in-law, okay? Because they will give you access. They will tell you, sister is here, sister is there, sister doesn't want to talk to you, sister is talking to some. Hey, if you want solution, get to know. That is how I got to know driving. He taught me, he didn't teach me driving. I was 9 at that time. I remember. It was a Benz bus. When I sit on the seat, I could not even reach the pedals. Okay, it was a huge, tall truck, bus. So what I remember is, when he brings the car to my house those days, I'll get the key and go inside the car. Or sometimes he said, no, I won't give it to you. He said, no, because he knew I was shit. He would take the key away from me, but I'll go in anyway without the key. You know what I'll do? I will step on the clutch and release the gear and let it go maybe 4 feet. Then I'll step on the brake. Then I'll let people see that, Charlie, I'm moving the car. I did it. I did it. Then people will come. Wow, hey, is that your car? Those days, to have a car is a big thing. Or your father having a car was a big thing. And people, when the car comes around, people will come and surround. It's like, hey, we have come from far. Let's not boast. Remember where you came from. And appreciate people. Because things can change. You understand? That's how I learned how to drive. I remember he drew on paper for me. I don't think he does remember. I don't think he remember. He drew on paper for me the gears. First, second, third, fourth, reverse, and things like that. So when I'll be in the house and I'll be practicing. Vroom, vroom, and I'll be doing that when we're kids. I can do this for hours. So it got to a stage in my life I knew I could drive, but I had not had the chance on the wheel. The power of the mind. Use it. Any architect, any builder, before you see the building, they think of it first. God, before he created, he thought about it. He thought about it. He perceived it. He spoke, and it came to pass. The power of the mind. Use it. I knew how to drive at the age of 9 without sparking a car, but I knew how to drive in my spirit. So I remember those days. I'll be on trek. Kufuridua. I was on trek, but my station was in Kufuridua. Chito, Ho, Ho, Hoi, all the road signs and road work. I did it. Yeah. And I remember those days I'll be driving. I used to work with Pine and Associate. There's a company called Pine and Associate. That woman, I worked for her. I was there. I was a quantity surveyor for her / engineer on the site. So she gave me a car. And those days I'll be talking to my sister in America. And he said, hey, yo, who now driving? She could not believe her ears that the little boy she left behind. I just want to tell you a little bit of me. It's not to boast, but to tell you a little background. And those days, the things I went through, it was a laylac, the tracks with the bucket behind, the long bucket behind. That is the kind of brand new they gave me because I was on a site and I had laborers, workers with me. Listen, I started leading in Nobi now. It's not today. I don't talk about these things because it will sound to you like a boast. I am not. It was through that I was in Kufuridua, Efidiasi Hotel. Highways. We were working with Highways Authority, Kufuridua. I know all of them. They know me. They know me. I know them. It was at that time I was going for jogging one morning from my hotel, jogging. And then I met a brother. And then he said, we're talking, and then he said, Sonitra is hiring. Sonitra is hiring in Accra. And I was in Kufuridua. So I came to Accra with a truck from Ebri. I used the back route, the Ebri, to avoid traffic. Charlie, I've gone through stuff, But those who know me, they know that I'm very hardworking. It's not today. If you see what you see, it's not because of today. I've been working hard from day one. I came here. So I came to Accra and I cracked the interview. When I came, the secretary, Gladys, the secretary told me the manager cannot speak to me. It was a Friday. Let me tell you, I don't care. The manager cannot see me, will not be able to do interview. I said, what? I went out. I came back. I said, no, this cannot be happening. I drove all the way from Kufuridua, about maybe 2 hours or maybe an hour. I can't remember. I can't go back empty. My parents don't even know. My family don't even know that I'm back in Accra. So I came back to the office again. Then I said to her, I just came from Kufuridua to come and have this interview. Can you please make this happen for me? Listen. There is favor of God upon me. I know. I'm like Joseph. One day I'll share with you the hidden secret about Joseph and Potiphar's wife that you don't know. That you don't know. So I spoke to the lady, Gladys. I remember her name, Gladys. I don't remember her last name. She's beautiful, light skin with some beautiful eyes. Elderly lady, Gladys. She was the secretary. She was the project. She was the project secretary, or the project something. She was the main secretary to the manager. I'm trying to remember the guy. It was a white guy. So she said, okay, in 2 hours time, if you can come back in 2 hours time. At that time, the site office was on Spintex, somewhere in Spintex, close to the Pepsi, Coca-Cola area. I came there. So I called a friend of mine. She works at the embassy. And that woman, she became my friend because of my worship. Yeah. Auntie Lizzie, my greetings goes to her. She became my friend because of I was a worship leader. And I'm not going to let this die. Trust me. Because that is where I derive my power. Okay? She just took liking in me. She's married with 2 kids. She said, I want to understudy. I want you to train me how to be a worshiper. That's what she told me. Maybe I should not say much things here. And that is how I started. So I called her. She was complaining, hey, you don't call me lately. And then I said, I traveled, I'm at work. You know how it is. So I had to while away the time because they've given me to come back. So I went to see her briefly. She wanted to see me. She's missed me. I went to see her at Osu. We went to Papaya to have dinner, lunch with other friends of hers at the office. She I don't know, but there was something about me that attracts people. There's something, and you know that. You know that yourself. There's a certain magnet. Yes. So when I came back to Sonitra, the secretary had arranged for me to meet the manager. And then I walked in. The guy was smoking. Yeah. The name comes and it goes. It comes and goes. Then he asked me questions about CMM. Standard method of measurement, CMM. It was like a code book that we use in those days. Then I quoted it. He asked me how to do this, how to do that. How do you assess this? How do you quantify for this? And I gave him right off the back. He said, okay. Then you ask me another question. Then I'll tell him. It was random. I didn't prepare because the guy had just told me a day before and I came the next day. I had not prepared for I walk in the grace of God. I walk in the power and the grace of God. I don't rehearse for things. Practice scriptures. No. Let it flow. Let it flow naturally. That is why you must know the word. How? You must know the word. It must bubble out of your spirit, your system. The seed that has been planted way back. You can't cut it off. That's how I work with Sonitra on that project at Tetekwashi, if you care to know. I worked there when we're digging, creating the roadways, those going to Tema, where to go, those coming from Tema. There was so much traffic during those days. 2003 or 2004? Check. Kufuor's time, because he came to the site. He was there on the site with me. See, I'm not a small guy. God has brought me far. and I will serve him till the day I die. Now I understand why I go through what I go through. Because the anointing I carry is big. If you will come along with me, you will see exploits. You will see great and mighty things happening in your life. Share this video. Let it go to the ends of the world. I'm not doing this for money. I'm not doing this for fame. I'm not doing this for power. I'm not doing this for what? No. Like people will come lately, you see on Ghana, social media, people. No. I'm far from that. God knows my heart. I'm far from that. I will be in the tunnel. People will follow me. I will be in a tunnel. You can bury me like Joseph. I'll still come out. Okay? Few years ago, I said that I'm dying. I remember talking to Apostle Joel. I told him if he will remember. I remember talking to the prominent pastors, the leaders around me. I started talking to them about this. I knew something was wrong somewhere. I knew I was not functioning. It's like taking a fish out of the sea. He would die. Because that is not your habitat. You have to allow the person to do what he's called to do. Everybody has a destiny. God will never bring you to this life, no, without a goal, without a purpose. No, don't fool yourself. Okay, everybody has been predestined. Go and read Romans chapter 8. He knew me. He foreknew me. Yeah. I am big. I am as powerful as God. Okay? You are as powerful as God. Why? Because you are a representative of God on the planet. So the intention of God was for you to emulate or do the exact what he's doing in heaven, in the kingdom. You see, we are kings and priests here. And a king must have a kingdom, must have a domain. That's why it's called a kingdom. A kingdom. He must be in his domain. We must have a domain. Okay? You must rule. You must have a territory that you rule. You control. You must be in charge. That is why in the olden days we used to have kings. Things have changed. The white man has come to change things. Things have changed. Kingdom. Domain. Kingdom. God, I'm the smaller version of God that you can't see. So, if you are able to see me and my wife, we must represent the God that we serve. So even though I don't invite you to church, my lifestyle must bring you to God. My lifestyle and our communication and our relationship to one another, not fighting amongst another, not criticizing each other in the church. That is why the church is weak. It's going down. Because we fight among ourselves. Who is holding the microphone? Who is doing this? And then people, come on. And because you want to be the one in the light, you want to go and backbite people, lie about people, criticize people. And the pastors, you are the cause of this. You can tell somebody, if you come to my branch, I'll make you a pastor. Hey! I'll make you a pastor. I'll make you a bishop. Somebody told me if I were to be in Accra, somebody told me if I were to be in Accra and I'm able to give somebody $200, they will make me a bishop. We have failed, Poto. I'm telling you, we have failed. If that is how you operate, it's a shame. This is the voice of God. It's a shame. It's a shame. You are misleading people. So even when people are not called to do what they are doing, you force them to do it because they have money. and they have good careers. Yeah. Talk to me. Talk to me. Don't do that. I will want you to change. Otherwise, I'll come right at your door. I'm telling you. You have to change the way you run your service. What I've seen, you haven't seen. You can't see it. You can't be where I have been and survive. And I will do the will of the Father that sent me. Jesus said to the disciples, I have meat to eat that you know not of. John chapter 4. He said, my meat is to do the will of the Father that sent me and to finish it. And I'll finish. So let me finish what I had to say. That is how, let me rephrase my words. So you are a smaller version of God. So God intention for you to be here is to be a king, to have followers, to have people under you, to be a king, to rule. If you read the Bible, 1 Peter, we are a royal priesthood, a holy nation. Read it. Do you understand? It's true. Are you getting my point? It's true. God did not bring you here to be a slave. That is why he sent Moses to Egypt, to let my people go, that they may serve me. God has sent me now. Now I know that I'm here to free his people that are in captivity back to him. Back to him. I'll stay in my house and I preach to the ends of the world. This message will reach far. You have no idea the number of people already following me. I don't know a lot about this technology thing. I need somebody to really help me set this up, because God has given me an assignment and I must make sure I fulfill it this time. Yeah, because I don't want to experience any of such things again. I'm tired. And I keep scaring my wife and my kids and my family. I keep scaring them. It's scary. Near life experiences, I've had it several times. Another video, I'll share with you my near life experiences as far back as I can remember when I was a kid. Let me give you one. The beginning, the one that I remember from growing up. We had come from church, Presby, in the night, and we had slept, and there was rainfall, and in the back of our house we used to have a palm tree. It was a two-herb. It was the kind of palm tree that are joined together like two, but it's two by one root. It has two palm branch, but it has one root. We had that, and the branches, we had electrical wires. So the branches, I think the branches touched the electrical wires. The electrical wires had contact with each other, and there was fire in my house, or in the house where we used to live, in a bungalow. And everybody was out, and they were screaming and calling me. I gave a testimony about this as a Sunday school boy. I was little, maybe 12, maybe 13. I don't remember, but it's so long. Those who remember me, those days, Nanedu, Emmanuel Edu. Now he's a pastor in somewhere, Asamankesi or somewhere like that. This guy, we grew up he was my neighbor, close to me. We played soccer, football with him, Prince Kwashi, all these people. We grew up together. They are my childhood friends. They are pastors. Nanedu is a pastor too. Look, we have an origin, okay?